All right, well, it's that time, and we'd like to welcome our next speaker to the podium, please. Whitney Pyle is the COO of Bowers, or Advanced Cabinets, and she has served that role for the past 11 years. You might recognize her as a winner of the 40 Under 40 as well. But here she is a expert on the topic of diversity, and so we welcome her to the stage and look forward to her presentation. Whitney, come on up.
Thank you. I'm here today to talk to this very, very large crowd about the secret weapons in our industry. Obviously, if you were here for the last talk, you would know that many, many people think that we have a skilled trade problem of finding people in our industry, and I think that's true. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what I think the secret weapons are in our industry. And I do apologize for my voice. I realize I sound like a very, very old smoker. So the definition of a secret weapon is someone or something that nobody else knows about that will give you an advantage over your competitors or your enemies. With that, I want to ask Thomas, how many women, do you know what the percentage of the population of women is in the whole world? This is not a hard question. Well, according to my latest research, it's 51%, but you were pretty darn close, right? So 51% of the population in the world is female. So then I want to ask one more question. What do you think the population is of women carpenters? The 100% of carpenters that are in the world, how many do you think are women? If you add in cabinet makers, then it's about 7.8%. But if it's strictly carpenters, women make up 1.8% of carpenters. So I think the secret weapon in our industry is women. If we would recruit and retain women in our industry, move them into roles in the industry, we have this whole new population of skilled people to pick from. But as a generation, as people in general, we don't look to little girls and educate them about being woodworkers or being carpenters. I own a construction company. Most of the people that work there are men. Most of them are training their sons to take over the trade, but many of them have daughters as well. And I encourage them daily to encourage their daughters to consider this trade. Being a female that owns a construction company is a lot of fun, and I like to think that I have a different outlook on the construction industry as a whole than a lot of my peers because they're all men, and I'm not one. So it does bring a different perspective. Just because of being a female, I'll tell you a little bit about me and why I have the qualifications to stand up here and talk about this topic, and it's because I'm a female in the industry. I've done this for 11 years. Prior to it, I worked in the Food and Drug Administration and then the nuclear industry. Both of those industries highly value your brain and what you know. I was a science and math major, so nobody cared that I was a female. They just cared that I knew what I was talking about. And I loved those industries. Coming here was a little bit different. For me, it was frequently asked of me if I was someone's wife or daughter or this or that. And I didn't understand the question, but I accepted it. No one was ever rude or trying to be mean about it. It's just the perception that women aren't in technical roles in this industry. So I'm going to show you today some women who are in this industry and who are absolutely killing it. I'm one of them, and I'm proud to be in this industry, and I'm proud that my company is growing and doing really, really well. Danielle Applestone, I get to serve on a panel with her tomorrow. I'm so excited. She has a bachelor's degree from MIT. Are you kidding me? I'm going to be like a stalker when I see her because I'm going to be so excited to meet her. Being a big science fan, it's going to be really hard for me not to seem like a giddy schoolgirl when I get to meet her, and somebody put me on a panel with her, so that's super exciting. Danielle is killing it. She's out there every single day training women to have the skills that they need to be in this industry and other STEM industries, science, technology, engineering, math. I think most people know what STEM means, but if you don't, that's what it means. So Danielle is a huge contributor to this industry as a whole, and she's bringing up other people to make sure that they can contribute to this industry too. How many of you know Debra Behring? Yeah, Deb is fantastic. Deb is a true servant leader. She had people nominate her to be in this presentation. I did an open call for, please nominate women in the industry that you know to be in this and be recognized. Deb's employees and coworkers just love her. They all talk about how she consistently inspires them to do better. She's a champion of her people and processes, and she's absolutely doing a fantastic job in this industry. Amanda Conger, how many of you know Amanda? Amanda is the director of the CMA. One of the things that Amanda told me that really struck me that I love to hear is that the CMA is really doing it right. She says that the thing that she loves most about her job with the CMA is that they treat her as an equal. Her brain is what they care about and what she knows, and so I think that's absolutely wonderful that the CMA is getting that right. Christina Elsenbroek, I'm sorry she's not here. I would love for her to see her pretty face up there. Christina has it tough, I think. Christina is in probably the most male-dominated sector of our industry. She's working in technology and machinery, and she is such an empowering and inspiring person for other women in the industry. She's constantly encouraging them. She was the initial person who wanted to come up with the WOW, which was the Women of Woodworking sector in our industry, and she's been pushing that and trying to inspire other women to work in the industry. She does an absolutely great job motivating and inspiring people. I could not be more proud to be her friend. Kayle Greenwood. Kayle is an engineer. She's a project manager. She's a drafter. There was an article in Surface and Panel magazine Q4 last year. It focused heavily on Kaylee's abilities. She was the project manager for a new medical facility for the casework portion of it that went up. Riverview Health Westfield. It was about a $700,000 project that Kayle, that was her portion of it. She did a fantastic job. She's an amazing multitasker. In addition to doing all the wonderful things that she does at work every day, she's also a single mom of 3 kids. 2 of them are twins, and she's super proud of her kids. She's finding a way to balance her career in this industry. It's amazing, and if you ask me, she is one of the people that absolutely proves to me women can do this job. They can do the technical piece of this job, and they can absolutely do it fearlessly and really, really well. This is Megan Lahr. Megan is also an engineer, drafter, project manager. She is also a custom millwork fabricator. She can assemble cabinets. She can fabricate her own solid surface countertops. She works on projects in the shop. She also engineers, drafts, and designs projects. Megan is a new wife. She got married just last year, and they are now expecting a baby, and she was very, very excited to tell me about that. Ramona Pratt now. Ramona is a CFO in our industry. She is also, it cracks me up, a pilot and an avid motorcyclist. She travels the world. She absolutely loves numbers and all that geeky stuff, but she's a wild woman. And it's just one of those people that's just very positive and inspiring every time you talk to her. Our very own Adria. You're going to give her a round of applause because she's sitting back there. Adria is awesome. I probably don't have to tell you guys that in this room. She's very, very into making sure that there are educational opportunities for all of us. That I think AWFS has done a great job at providing the educational opportunities that we've had here this week and other things. I love the fact that Adria is a public policy person for AWFS and for our industry. You're not going to find a better champion than her. So we know she can handle the technical aspects of it, and she also does a great job at inspiring other people. Mayanne Shippick. Mayanne is an AutoCAD expert. She helps people all over the industry learn it, helps them with problems when they're having them. I also get to serve on a panel with her tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. The thing that I really love about Mayanne is when I've spoken to her, she is so passionate about teaching people the skills necessary for CAD and drafting and all of those technological things that we need to know in this industry. So she's doing a great job. Carla Shelton is another woman in this industry. Carla Shelton started her career in this industry as an edge bander operator. She came in, she worked in a shop, she learned how to run the edge bander, then she learned how to do all the other jobs that were in the shop. She became a team leader, production manager, and then she one day said, I don't like these budgets that you give to me to make this stuff. They're not accurate at all. this is what it's really like. So somebody said, well, if you know that, you should be an estimator. So now Carla is an estimator, and she tells people what it's going to take to make products because she did it for so long, she knows it better than anybody else. She's also a mom and a grandma, by the way. Lois Snyder, how many of you know Lois or have heard of Lois? The CMA did an article on Lois last year. If you happen to see her at the show, and I don't know if she's here, can you please tell her to introduce herself to me? Because I'm a huge, huge fan, and I'm sure she does not know that. Lois is one of the only women that I know in this industry who started all by herself. She didn't have a family member or brother or husband that started her business. Lois did it all by herself. She is a craftsman. She loves to do woodworking, and from that she started and grew a business. I'm a huge fan, and I'm sure she doesn't know it, but I think being a woman business owner with really no help from anybody else is really special. Amy Umble, how many of you know Amy? Anybody know Amy here? If you want a piece of woodwork that is artistic and beautiful and handmade, buy it from Amy. She's based in the Appalachian Mountains. She uses sustainably harvested wood to make her products. She is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful craftsman. She's an award winner. She so loves what she does, and it shows in every piece of work that she makes. I want to just wrap up by saying that all of these are articles, and you're welcome to have my slides after this presentation. All of these are articles that explain why diversity is so, so important in this industry, and why it's a really good idea to have gender diversity and people that are minorities on your staff, in your companies, making decisions at the board level. Companies that have women on their board make more money than companies that don't. It's proven. It's statistically speaking, it's every single one of these articles you can click on, and it will explain that to you. I won't read all the statistics because you'll be really bored and go to sleep, and I don't have that much time. So according to S&P Global, the key to unlocking the U.S. gross domestic product growth is women. The S&P kind of knows their stuff. If you don't know anything about them, I would encourage you to research their company. I'm going to play a short video and stop talking since words are barely coming out anyways. And then once that video is over, my presentation is concluded. So thank you all for your time. I think I'm going to play the video.
To those who think gender equality only benefits girls, the numbers tell a different story. If U.S. companies hired and promoted women at the same rate as countries like Norway, the economy could grow by 8%. Around the world, gender-diverse companies are 15% likelier to earn more than their competitors. And just by adding more women to the workforce, the global GDP could go up by 26%. In India alone, women could grow the economy by up to 60%. And in the last 20 years, the revenue of women-owned U.S. companies has increased by 103%. Yeah, it pays for us to have a bigger piece of the pie.
Thank you.